Finding your perfect match can be time-consuming and often pretty tough. So we're going to see if it's worth investing cash into a dating service to help speed things along. We're also checking in with a pharmacist to see how we can dramatically reduce the cost of prescription drugs for you and your family. Then, all of the smart cookies are up for the challenge of finding fun but inexpensive dates.
Sushi's really good.
Yep, it's 40% off. And what do you do when you receive a gift card for a store that you'll never shop at? Well, there are more options than you might think.
Gift cards have become a popular alternative to giving cash. This billion-dollar industry thrives because many gift cards go unredeemed, becoming money in the vendor's pocket. If you receive a gift card and don't use it, your gift could become nothing more than a useless piece of plastic. Later in the show, Katie and Sandra go on a cookie crusade with 2 gift cards. Will they be able to exchange them for cash if they can't find anything they want to buy? Or can they get their change back if they do buy something but don't spend the entire value of the card? But first, how much money is in your medicine cabinet? Some families spend hundreds, even thousands on prescriptions every year, but they're probably paying more than they should. Rich and Carrie's 2 kids, Miley and Evan, are on daily medication. We're going to show them how to cut their costs drastically without sacrificing their kids' health.
You see you have a pile of your bills here. What would you say are your top expenses as a family?
Mortgage
Mortgage
car,
for sure, yeah.
food, prescriptions.
How much would you guess you guys are spending on your prescription drugs each month?
It ranges. Every month's a little bit differently, but it could be ranging from the hundreds to a lot more.
Evan and Miley both take daily medication. Evan at times needs 4 different prescriptions in a single day.
So we've reviewed your bills and you're spending on average about $450 a month on prescription drugs for the kids, which yearly is just over $5,500.
I would have never guessed it was that high.
Really?
No.
That
I think
would
if you
be a
pay it
couple.
monthly, it doesn't seem as bad, but when you say it like that, it's like, that's a lot of money.
We think that we will be able to reduce that bill by 25%.
Wow, that would save us a lot. Oh yeah,
I'd sure
that'd be
like to know
great.
how you would do that.
Well, we're about to show them how. A few simple changes could save them at least $1,500 a year. Afshin Jabari is a clinical pharmacist and university lecturer. He says the greatest savings for the consumer comes when the patent runs out on a brand name drug.
By law, brand name drug companies are required to release the license to generic companies, at which time often several generic companies start producing that drug at usually significantly lower prices. You know, you can be rest assured that in most cases, or virtually in all cases, they are as good in quality as the brand name products.
I can help you.
The great news is that generic drugs usually cost between 30 to 80% less. So in this case, instead of paying $23, our family will only pay $16, just by asking for the generic. But that's not the only cost they'll pay. There's also a dispensing fee that's charged. That's an opportunity for more savings too. A dispensing fee is what the pharmacy charges you to fill each prescription. The amount isn't related to the cost of the drug at all. Instead, the retailer sets this price to cover all of their costs, including patient counseling and overhead. This fee can vary quite a bit from store to store, adding anywhere from $4 to $12 to the total cost of your prescription. And that's one fee for each prescription. So if you fill 3 different prescriptions, even at the same time, you'll be charged 3 fees. In order to save, make a trip to a membership warehouse store. They'll often have the lowest dispensing fees. Not a member? No problem. To access the pharmacy, you just have to show your prescription. Another way to save is to rethink how often you're filling your medication.
What you might want to consider is getting 6 months to a year's worth of medication every time you go to the pharmacy. That way you're only paying dispensing fees once or twice a year as opposed to every single month.
Yeah, I guess we get our heads so wrapped around, that fixed amount every month. It's hard to think about saving in the long run, but it does make sense.
While some people also find substantial savings buying prescriptions online, this pharmacist does not recommend it since the sites are difficult to regulate. If you still choose to buy this way, he says go with a known pharmacy site that requires your doctor to phone in your prescription and lets you speak to a pharmacist. After the break, we'll show Rich and Carrie how big picture thinking can save them even bigger dollars
each month.
Wow.
Plus, we'll check in on Katie and Sandra's crusade to cash in unwanted gift cards.
Is it possible to get the cash value for the gift card?
Later, we'll be looking for love in all the smart places. And it's a smart cookie challenge. Who can come up with the best date idea for the least cash? And guess which cookie had a blast without spending a cent?
Hello.
How can you cut the cost of most prescription pills in half? Find out when we come back. How can you cut the cost of most prescription pills in half? By splitting the pills. Many tablets are the same price per unit regardless of dosage, so just ask your pharmacist to split a higher dosage in half and save. Rich and Carrie's children, Evan and Miley, take daily medications, costing almost $6,000 every year. But with a few simple changes, this family will save a ton.
We did say that we would show you some ways to reduce your costs, and just by making the switch from brand name to generic and also changing your dispensing fees, we're able to reduce that cost to just under $300.
Oh, that's great.
By doing these two things, you will save $156 each month.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's great.
Their annual prescription bill was $5,500, but with these two simple changes, they'll save $1,800 per year.
I want to go to Australia.
Having it put to us in the way that it's such a huge amount per year made us really think about it.
$1,800 over all that time, it's a good chunk of change, and it's really going to help us a lot. So.
Somewhere along the way, giving cash as a gift became passé, and the gift card took over. But what happens when you receive one that you really don't want? Katie and Sandra are trying to redeem a card for its cash value, while our cameras watch from across the street.
Hi. You know what? I had to look around and I didn't see anything that I needed. Is it possible to get the cash value for the gift card?
We don't refund gift cards.
Is that just a store policy or?
Yeah, we don't do cash for the gift cards.
They convinced the clerk to phone the owner to see if there was any flexibility, but they wouldn't budge. We can't exchange gift cards for full cash value. But we didn't want to give up that easily. So Katie and Sandra will try again, but first they'll visit an expert at the Better Business Bureau to find out if we have any rights.
Gift card is really kind of a contract between the store and your friend to buy you a gift.
We were under the impression that gift cards are like plastic cash.
A cash, you go into a store, you give them cash, they give you something back. Gift card, it's a contract to do business with the store.
Simone warns that gift cards can have an expiry date, so ask before buying.
It seems like it's a win-win for the businesses because if someone buys a gift card and it's never used, that's just revenue in their pocket.
Gift cards are very complex. Sometimes they're issued by the store, sometimes they're issued by a third party. And it can be a business administrative nightmare to figure out who they actually, how to deal with those kind of situations.
So we have this gift card. The value of the gift card is actually more than what we want to purchase.
Okay.
We want to know if you can get change back.
If you think that this is going to be the gift that your friend's going to like and you think it's going to be a little bit less than the gift card amount, well, I would find out if they're going to give them change, if they're going to issue another credit note. It really does come down to store policy.
Later in the show, our crusade continues. We'll buy something with our second gift card and see if we can get the leftover balance back in change. Do you have an unwanted gift card you wish were cash instead? We'll tell you how you can trade it for something you do want.
You still have about $3.75 left on your card.
After the break, we'll check out dating services and see if money can buy you love. And the five of us challenge each other to find you fun and affordable date ideas.
Whoa, picking up speed.
Plus, what is the retail markup on prescription drugs? We'll tell you when we come back. What is the retail markup on prescription drugs? Pharmacies can mark up drugs at their discretion, up to 10%, and that's before adding dispensing fees. So we recommend you phone around to find the best prices. Dating services have skyrocketed in popularity, with more and more companies targeting the wallets of singles looking for love. What price are you willing to pay to find true love? Colette is a time-challenged professional ready to invest cash to kickstart her love life. We'll help her sift through the options and decide where to put her dollars.
Hello. What do you think is the most challenging part about trying to meet someone?
Finding them. That's the most challenging part, is actually finding them.
There is a variety of services and prices designed to help you meet potential dates. You can think of your choices in terms of deciding on a restaurant. Online dating is like ordering off a menu. It ranges in price, and you have pictures and descriptions to help you make your selection. Speed dating, where you're set up with several random dates in one place, is a little pricier. But like a buffet, you see everything right in front of you. And then there's a matchmaker, an expensive but personalized service that's a lot like custom ordering a fancy dessert.
And the best way to find out what works for you is to try a number of these things. This is going to be fun. All right, Colette, are you ready for your first date?
No.
Well, we set up your first date with a matchmaker, so you
Okay.
can try it out, see how it goes.
Okay, that's fair.
We've also arranged for a speed dating session and a month of online dating.
All right, you're off to the matchmaker. We want to
Okay.
hear all about it.
Okay.
Good luck.
Wish me luck. Yeah.
You don't need it. You'll be great.
Okay, see you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Good afternoon, Hearts. Jane speaking.
Matchmaking services can start at $2,000 for a minimum 1-year commitment and go up from there, depending on the level of personalization you want. On average, they'll guarantee you 8 to 12 dates.
So, Colette, if I was to ask you, say, 5 qualities that you look for in a partner.
What I guess I would be looking for is just someone that has the same interests as what I have. She took a lot of time to do all the surveying and taking the time to do all the background work. So I really like that on that whole time versus money equation.
If one-on-one matchmaking feels too pricey, look for companies that bring groups of singles together for dinners, lunches, or other events. They'll charge a lot less. But remember, there are no refunds with any of these services, so if you meet the love of your life in the first week, you won't get any money back. Online dating is a common way for busy people to meet and interact on their own time. The price will range from free to $60 a month, with the pricier sites allowing you to be more specific in your search. When using a dating site, it's best to play it safe. Don't give out a lot of personal information too soon.
There's all kinds of online dating sites out there competing for your business, but be careful because they could end up costing you.
Watch out for phrases like free trial period. Often you still have to enter in your credit card information to get access to the entire site, and then when that free trial is over, you may still be charged.
But you can prevent this by looking for the auto billing option and making sure that it's turned off. If you can't find that option, call customer service, and if that doesn't work, do not give out your credit card information.
Colette's next trial is a speed dating event. These usually take place at a bar or a restaurant with about 20 singles and cost around $50. You're given a few minutes with each person, just enough time to see if there's a spark. At the end, you make your picks anonymously. If your pick chooses you as well, you have a match.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. That was fun.
Speed dating about once a month at $50 would allow Colette to meet about 10 people, about $5 per date. A matchmaker will charge around $2,000 for one well-matched date a month, about $200 a date, but may be the best option if you have more money than time. And online dating could add up to $60 a month, but will allow her to have an unlimited number of dates. So which one is right for Colette?
Bang for the dollar, the online dating is best. And then once you get tired of it, if it's not working, I would really look to the matchmaker to see what she might be able to do.
We're still on the crusade to find out if the ever-popular gift cards are worth their weight in cash. Katie and Sandra started with 2 gift cards. They tried to redeem one for full cash value without success. Now they'll buy something and see if they can get their change back instead of leaving the balance on the card. Vendors love it when there's change left on the card after your purchase. Either you have to leave it or spend more money. Again, our cameras watch and listen from across the street as Katie and Sandra try another store.
You still have about $3.75 left on your card.
Oh, is there any way we could just get that in change?
There's no way I can just enter it as cash.
We persisted, and a second clerk checked with the owner.
For now, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Quite a procedure to do it, hey?
Well, I guess because it's not policy.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Despite store policy, they did give us the leftover amount back in change. It never hurts to be polite.
Well, that is great. We got our change back.
So it is possible, it just takes a little negotiation.
And I thought we were pretty good at that.
I thought we were great. Now, if you did end up with a balance on your gift card, it's a great idea to pool your cards with your friends.
Or you could re-gift to someone that you know will use it.
If you can't cash in your gift card, there are websites that allow you to sell it or trade for another one that you want. If you're the gift giver, buy a gift card to a mall rather than a single store. With so many more options, it's less likely to go to waste. Bottom line, before you buy a gift card, ask about the policy, and when in doubt, opt for giving cash. That never goes out of style. Up next, the Smart Cookie Challenge. Tips you can cash in on when it comes to date night.
You ready to get wet?
I definitely am.
Good.
How can you get certain medications for free? We'll tell you when we come back. How can you get certain medications for free? Ask your doctor for free samples. The drug companies give them to doctors all the time.
Hi!
Checking out dating services got us all thinking. So we enlisted 5 single guys and set up a challenge to see which of us could spend the least amount of money on a great date.
Hi, Andrea.
Cameron, nice to meet you.
Have you ever been on a tandem before?
No.
Hey, Mark. Nice to meet you.
Same. Good to see you too.
You excited to go kayaking?
I am.
Good, thank you.
Look at your club.
I know, pretty. Oh, look at yours.
I know.
Ready for some wine and cheesing?
I am.
Let's do
it.
it.
Andrea's taking her date out for dinner, while Sandra checks out a local shop. Angela opts for outdoor exercise, and so does Katie. And Robin is braving the waters.
Dinner dates can be fun, but sometimes expensive. So take a look around your city for any restaurant specials. My favorite sushi restaurant takes off 40% after 7 o'clock. Do you want to share a bucket?
Sure.
The driving range is a great place for a date. There's no admission fee. What I like to do is share a bucket of balls. That way you can talk, help each other with your swing, and it only costs $6.
Look at this.
Well, well, well.
This looks fantastic. 1, 2, 3. Delicious. Do you have a favorite type of wine?
I used to favor Gewürztraminers.
There's 2 things I enjoy on a date. It's some good cheese and some great wine. Many specialty stores will offer free tastings. So what you want to do is get on the online mailing list or receive the newsletter. So you can get information about discounts, promotions, or free events. Cheers to the free events.
You take the lead. Renting a bike and exploring your city is an inexpensive way to have a great time, but it might be difficult to get to know your date. For less than the cost of renting 2 bikes, you can rent a tandem and create a fun and memorable afternoon. Whoa, picking up speed. There we go.
Awesome.
Okay.
Outdoor activities make great dates, but they can be expensive on the weekends. So instead of going out on a traditional date night, Friday or Saturday, look into deals offered during the week
We got these 2 kayaks for the price of 1 just because we came out on a Tuesday.
We're meeting back at Katie's post-date to see who spent the least.
What I learned today is, think outside the box. 2 for 1 Tuesdays. Awesome.
Guys are always concerned about being perceived as cheap. It's probably one of the biggest hang-ups that we have. I think that there's some things that I learned today that I'm definitely going to incorporate into when I do go out and date.
It's always a good thing when somebody wants to share the bucket of balls, cuts your costs in half, and you can still have a good time.
It's a great setting. It's something in front of you that you can discuss, that you can keep your hands busy and focus on the conversation and be a little more loose.
They're nice guys.
Yeah, and I think they learned a few tips.
I think so.
Carry on in their next dates.
So now if we see any of them around the city like doing those dates, we can be like, we helped you out with that.
Yeah. If I see my date in a tandem bike, I'll know.